Good morning, girls and boys, and good morning, adults. We've come together today to talk about the children's and young people's talk, and I want to talk about church. And you might remember that a year ago we talked about church. And I held this up and we looked at it and we tried to work out what all the parts of it meant. And we decided that it was a story, a symbol for the Uniting Church of Australia. And the colours were important, and the signs and the symbols and the shape. And if you've forgotten, perhaps you could look it up to remember about the Uniting Church in Australia. Today's story is about church, and here's a group of people who were in church in the olden days. Mostly men, but they were there to learn, and they were there to teach, and they were there to worship God. Well, one day a very surprising thing happened. A young boy arrived, and his name was Jesus. And he arrived to help worship and be part of worship, and he started to teach them about God, because God was his father. And some were quite amazed that such a young boy would be able to teach them. But the reminder for us is that Jesus went along to church to be part of the church and part of the worship. So there we have the reminder of lots of people listening and Jesus in church as a young person. And so we'd like you to be in church as a young person. So let's work out what this church can be all about. Oh dear, let's put up some church. Because, there we go. Church. There we go, church. That's what church is all about.
Oh, no. Something's wrong, Alan.
No.
You've got two letters missing.
No, church.
No, there's
Church.
something missing in the middle. Can I help you?
Oh, well, I usually don't need much help, but...
Put you and R have to go in here.
Missing.
Those two letters were missing, and now it's church.
So you are in church. You are has to be in church. So that's right, that does make sense. Because in church we have people. And we have lots of people. And some of these are looking at the church. We have some young people. We have some older people. And they're all in church being part of the church, because you are in the middle of church. And the really important thing about church is it's all about Jesus. So we have to put up here the cross to remind us that church is about Jesus. It's been a long time since we all met in the building, but we don't have to meet in the building. We're still a church. We're a church because you are part of it, and we're a church of people, not a church of buildings. Many years ago, 150 years ago, a man wrote a hymn. This hymn is in our Together in Songbook, and it's hymn number 457. And it's called "The Church's One Foundation is Jesus Christ her Lord." And I'll read it to you. The Church's one foundation is Jesus Christ her Lord. She is his new creation by water and the word. From heaven he came and sought her to be his holy bride. With his own blood he bought her, and for her life he died. So that's our reminder for today, that you are part of the church, and the church needs you in the middle of it. Let's pray. Loving Father, we thank you for our church. We thank you for our church family, more important family than the building. We thank you for all of those who worship in our church, who are our friends and who are God's friends, and who make this Baronia Park Uniting Church a church of God's love and church of God's foundation. Amen.